Okay. So, a couple years ago, I got sick and I lost my family pretty much simultaneously. And needless to say, I was a miserable person. Then a year later, I got sick again with cancer this time. And I laid there in the hospital bed and wondered, you know, am I going to live? Am I going to die? I was all by myself. I had one single friend that called me once a week. That was it. And I thought, I don't want to die like this. I don't know who I am. I'm not happy. I have to change something if I'm going to die and be okay with it, or if I'm going to live. I can't be like this anymore. So I laid there and I thought about how miserable I was and how alone I was, and I started to change things, and I thought, you know, I have a roof over my head and I have medicine, and I'm not completely alone. I do have friends, and that was the beginning of me thinking I was preparing myself to die, but actually preparing myself to live the best version of my life that ended up being what I'm living today. So, what I want to talk about today is the power of positive thinking, because it has affected my life so greatly. So let's start with a quiz. Do you find yourself complaining, blaming, or shaming? Do you find yourself upset when people aren't acting, being or doing as they should? Do you talk about people behind their back? Do you think a lot about bad things that happened in your past? Are you unhappy with your physical appearance or feel life is unfair? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are probably behaving in some negative aspect. If you answered yes to most of these questions, then you are probably utilizing a pattern of thinking called learned helplessness. You might be wondering, what does this mean? Who cares? I'd like to begin by explaining how much negative thinking impacts your life. Today we live in a society full of negative images. Negativity is around us in the form of terrorism and fear and hostility and road rage. All kinds of different things affect the negativity that we see in our lives. According to Dr. Tamar Chomsky in her book, Freeing Your Child from Negative Thinking, if we could look behind the scenes of the brain, we would see that the mind is laying down tracks, neural shortcuts connecting point A to point Z, that when something goes wrong for these children that have negative associations, it is permanently and unchangeably wrong and impacts everything, and they see it as their fault. An associate of hers, Dr. Martin Seligman, premier psychologist on the subject of learned helplessness, explains that a pessimistic explanatory style, negative events are explained as permanent, not temporary, as pervasive, not relating to just one thing, but all throughout your life, and as personal, and people thinking it's all their fault. In his book, What You Can Change and What You Can't Change, he explains that children don't outgrow negative associations. They actually grow into them, and they become pervasive thinking mechanisms that can lead to major depression in life. And the reason that this is an impact is that it affects all aspects of your life. It's not just depression. The danger of depression is not the only thing. It actually can affect you in having cancer, your recurring illnesses, recurring accidents, which is the point of Christian Diaz in her book, Can You Tell Me More About the Negative Effects of Thinking? As you can see, negative is something everyone could do with less in their lives. So what can be done about negative patterns? According to the Mayo Clinic, there are certain criteria that you can assess of yourself every day and see if you can start to make a change. Identify areas for change, they suggest. So think about places in your life that you're unhappy, that you would like to be happier, that you know that you have need for change. Check in with yourself. During the day, think about, am I thinking negative recurring thoughts? Is there a better way I could do this? Am I getting caught up in the stress of the moment rather than thinking through possible solutions? Be open to humor. Seek humor in everyday happenings. When you can laugh at the misfortunes of your life, then they become a lot easier. You can follow a healthy lifestyle, which is regarded as the most important thing to do by pretty much everyone in healthcare, from doctors to psychologists to life coaches, everyone. Surround yourself with positive people and practice self-talk. Talk to yourself. Say, I'm going to do this. I can do this. I'm motivating myself, not I can't. So, you might be thinking, this positivity seems like a lot of work. Is it really worth it? I want you to visualize yourself in a way that you think about your greatest desire. Visualize yourself with that desire. What do you look like once you've achieved that goal? What surrounds you? What's better in your life? How do you appear to yourself? When you look in the mirror and see this person who's achieved this goal, what's different? This is an idea of The Secret. It's a book and a movie series by Rhonda Byrne. It's based on the power of attraction, or the law of attraction, which states that one energy attracts like energy. So if you put out positive energy, you're going to attract positive energy. If you put out negative, you're going to attract negative. And according to her, in her series, The Secret, if you really believe it and you really concentrate on it, you can really manifest it in your life. And this is a strategy that's used by a lot of the most successful people. You hear it time and time again. It's a $1 billion industry that's based on this. So does this sound all too good to be true? It can be implemented very practically into your life. You want to start simple. Use affirmations, intention, practice mindfulness, gratitude, inspiration, kindness, applied faith, surround yourself with positive people. And an important thing we can do is utilize the method of self-talk, where we change our thinking. And this is a practice that the Mayo Clinic suggests once again. And in this, first we're going to see, here's some ideas of things that people say that are negative self-talk. I've never done it before. It's too complicated. I don't have the resources. I'm too lazy to get this done. There's no way it will work. It's too radical of a change. No one bothers to communicate with me. I'm not going to get any better than this. And that's not the way that we're going to get something done. What the Mayo Clinic suggests that we do instead is switch these thought patterns to, it's an opportunity to learn something new. I'll take it from a different angle. Necessity is the mother of invention. I wasn't able to fit it into my schedule, but I can re-examine some of my priorities. I can make it work. Let's take a chance. I'll see if I can open the channels of communication or give it another try. So all of these things can help make us think more positively. So next time you have a bad day or find yourself grumbling, think about the power of positive in your life and manifest those changes. Thank you.